Welcome to Virtuous Mountain Kitchen. On this channel we'll be exploring the diversity in cooking, fusion of dishes from different cultures and ethnic groups. We'll also be exploring some of the stories behind cooking. Each recipe has a story. So we can explore those and look into the cultural meaning of some of the dishes that we will cook. We will also, because we're living remotely, we'll be looking at how we source food up here in the mountains. How we source from local people, the mileage in which we source our food from, or the kilometers within which we source our food from. This is a really great moment to hop in and tell your stories and share the ideas and the things that come to mind when you cook a dish. For example, when I cook cornmeal porridge, my memory goes straight back to Jamaica, where my grandmother would cook that porridge. I can smell it. I can smell the cinnamon. I can smell the nutmeg. I can smell the flavors wafting through the small area that we lived in, a small village. So from the Caribbean village to the mountain of British Columbia, and also in between of living in Britain, I will share some of the recipes and dishes that we had in the English or British system of school dinners. And when we talk about school dinners, immediately we become melancholy. We begin to have memories of the different smells and all of that, which it comes from just speaking about the food or cooking it or smelling some of the ingredients. So welcome to our mountain kitchen, and we'll see you the next time as you explore with us the diversity and the meanings and the different cultural meaning behind the dishes that we all of us eat. Thank you for watching. See you next time. So the recipe for the 9-grain porridge is a 9-grain porridge. I believe it's a Rogers porridge. And then we had with it a secret recipe, secret ingredient that I've never really had before. And then we used 9% yogurt. We used 3 types of berries. We had blueberries, black currants, and I think Saskatoon berries. They're frozen, blueberries. And then we had just ordinary sugar, if you want cane sugar. So after we made that, and we added all of these different fruits, and they're very, very good for you. They're very nice thing to have in the morning if you have porridge in the morning. I normally eat between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Those are the times that I tend to eat. So when we talk about the storytelling behind the porridge, then for me the 9-grain porridge brings nostalgia of when I first moved to Canada. When we first moved to Canada, we were introduced to this porridge by a neighbour and also by some friends, my husband's friends from work. I thought it was a very difficult porridge to cook. I didn't understand it. But as the years have gone on, I've realised that often these porridge need to be soaked. The grains need to be soaked for maybe an hour before they're cooked. And every time I go to cook that porridge, nostalgia comes. And it's always of the first friends that we made in Canada and my husband's friends from work. And often when we went camping, this is the porridge that they would always cook. And I used to wonder, how could they cook this porridge so well, so nicely, because the grains look so hard. But that's the nostalgia behind the 9-grain porridge. And it is such a healthy porridge. I will write down in the list below all the grains that are in this porridge, because it's excellent and the taste is phenomenal. And sometimes another secret ingredient that I add is I add some different types of yogurt. Sometimes I put a spoonful of coconut cream in. That's a very magical ingredient to put in there because it makes the porridge creamy, and it's also vegetarian and vegan. And the secret ingredient in today's porridge was tea jelly. I thought it was honey at first, and then as we read closer, it's tea jelly. Well, what is it like? It's sweet, and it's made of some type of different fruit, and it's sourced in the Okanagan, which is maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. It's in the southern interior of British Columbia, and that's a lot of the area where they have a lot of fruits grown. So that's the story and nostalgia behind this meal, this porridge that we cook today, and most of the sources of it are Canadian. Thank you, and please join us the next time for our Virtuous Mountain Kitchen, and let's find out where our next recipe is coming from and what story and what nostalgia come from that experience of cooking it. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Every recipe has a story.